So today we're going to strip out the rock shaft. We're going to separate the valve control unit from the rock shaft. I'll show you what we're going to have to do with this, but before I show you that, give you a quick look at this. See the letterbox behind us? Watch this. My little lodger. She found herself somewhere to nest eventually. Right, apparently I'm going to remove the two bolts here, take this valve out, remove the cam. When you look in there, you'll see that cam is not attached. Well, it is and it isn't. There should have been two bolts through here into the rock shaft. When I first opened this up, the two bolts and what was left of the studs were in the bottom of here. They're being sheared off. So now we need to hope we can get in there with a pinch bar and lever that off. But this block's got to come out first. So let's crack on. Let's get this out of here. So we'll loosen these two. Right, so what we've got here, well, the good news is everything seems to move the way it was intended to. These push on the lever on the bottom there that operates the spools through in the front. What we'll do though, this will all get tucked to bits, get a bath, get inspected, and we'll see what's what. Right, let's get swapped around here. And we'll set them, see if we can get this cam pulled off. Back in a minute. So in the absence of any studs or nuts, which were in the bottom, all broken off, we're just going to initially have a go, put our hand in, see if we can ease it off. There we go, look at that. Let's give it a bit of a wipe, see what we've got. Right, doesn't look in bad condition. That profile, I think, we'll investigate, but I think that profile is supposed to be there. We'll see. If not, we could either turn it over, wouldn't we? Or we'll see if we can get a new one. We'll see. We'll make inquiries. Now, let's have a look in there and see what keeps this shaft in, because according to the books, that shaft should be able to now just come out. Let's have a look. So now, this, oh, there you go, look, it's just right off there. As you can see, 2 studs are snapped off in there, so they're going to need to be drilled out. Hopefully they'll be loose. If not, they'll get drilled out. They will come out at some point or another. Okay, now I think what we're going to do now, we'll take the valve chest off here. We'll get the connecting rod off to save the connecting rod from getting damaged, or the attachment inside from getting damaged. And then we might have a look at getting those studs out the end of that shaft. Let's get swapped around here. We'll get this took off here and put away for the minute. We'll get the valve chest up onto the bench and we'll get it tucked to bits. So what have we got here? Connecting rod's got to come off. We need a pair of circular pliers to get deep down in there, take that off. Valve chest has come off. Previous owners made this extremely nice and easy for us. Only one nut there to come off, because in true form he hasn't bothered to put the other nut back on. When I bought some parts off Colin for this tractor, was the back axle casing. I had to ask Colin that when he took the casing off the tractor he was stripping, to send us all the nuts and bolts as well, because only the back casing, the final drives, everything was just on for half the nuts and bolts. Right, let's grab a spanner and we'll get on with this. Right, 1/2 inch ring key. And this also sits on 2 dowels, so I can imagine there's probably been a bit of a honey to get off. No washers. There should be, but there isn't. Let's get a soft faced hammer. Right, let's have a look. See if we can tease this. Now, it does say these dowels might be really good fits. It's a good job something is, isn't it? I do like a paint scraper, because they're spring steel, good quality ones, and you can get in there, get things a bit of a lever. Trying to get a hold of something here. That's tight. The operating cam in here, extremely tight. The other one wasn't, that I cleaned up. Maybe it just needs a good sorting. I did say it would be tight on the dowels, like. Something coming adrift from inside there. Let's get a little screwdriver, put a little screwdriver into there to catch that, whatever it is. Got a feeling there's something that shouldn't be there. Or it could be something that should be there, just has been put back incorrectly. Which really, no big surprise, is it? Huh? Tell you what it might be. Maybe the end off that, mightn't it? That's what it might be. It's lifting, isn't it? It's lifting. I don't want to force it too much because I don't want to snap any of the castings. I need these bits. It's definitely lifting. Seems to be stuck on this stud rather than the dowel. Yeah, it's moving. You can see it's starting to squeeze around the edges here. Right, quick recap. It became obvious there was something else had a hold of this. Because when you're teasing it with the pinch bars, you could see the areas moving where the dowels were. It became obvious this was moving, this was moving, this wasn't. The reason why this isn't moving here is because in there, see it hiding in the muck? Another 1/2 inch bolt. So let's have the 1/2 inch bolt out. Yeah. There we go. 1/2 inch bolt, the offending article, and if we have a quick look around the front and see what's happened, the valve chest had all but dropped off. Okay, so now we're going to have the valve chest off. They're a good fit, them dowels, but they're not. Just take your time. And that piece that we saw running about is indeed the end of that selector. Honestly, How do you manage to smash that off there? Not to worry. Now then. Oh my god, that's what's the matter. Look at the bend on that shaft. Honestly, how do you manage to bend a shaft like that? Right, I've got the con rod off here. And at some point, I've got a replacement one of these, if you remember. And I only replace it because of this. At some point we will try and get that shaft out of there. That's why everything here is absolutely solid. Okay, let's see if we can get that connecting rod off. Right, so I had to share this with you. You know what I'm like, I couldn't leave it. I had to strip out that selector valve completely. Just to investigate what was going on. The shaft that I thought was bent was merely sprung. It was radiused up. The reason why it was radiused up is because of this. This is, I'll put the camera down, I'll get it square, I'll show you this. 2 seconds, be back. If I put that in a vise and I give it a wallop with a hammer, I would have to give that some extreme walloping to bend it. It's bent right there. Now this is the cam that this sits on. This little activating lever sits on this, so, and it's inside the valve chest. Not the valve chest, the selector. That sits down that way in there with a connecting rod on that comes forward to the quadrant. So, if anybody out there knows of how that could have gotten bent, because I cannot see that anything in here would put enough force on it to bend it that badly. I'll quickly show you this and all. This was the piece that was rolling about in the bottom. It's the end of the selector and it's been snapped off. Again, I cannot see how you'd snap that off, because all that does, it sits in this little fork and it slides the fork back and forward along the selector shaft. Right, well that's all the rock shaft to bits. All we've got to do now is fettle all the bits up, isn't it? Drill the studs out, take the quadrant to bits, inspect everything, give it a bath, give it a wire brush, get it all sorted out. Right, don't forget now, if you like the videos, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, tells you when there's another video coming out. Doesn't cost you guys anything, helps us tremendously. As I say, if you like the videos, please give us a thumbs up. Thanks for visiting, and that'll be it for this video, and we will see you on the next time. Thank you very much. Bye now.